All right. Who's with me tonight? Faith. How you doing, Faith? Hey, Faith, thank you for yesterday. Thank you for coming out there and helping out. I just figured doing that. That was very cool. Very busy day yesterday and again tonight. All right, where's my camera at? There we go. I'm tired. All right, majority of us that are on here. What's up, Jeff? I don't know if Zach's still going. Hello, Diana. What's up, CB? If you were watching, Zach. Hello, Joy. Seth. Keaton. I'll wait for a bunch of people again. Sherry, what's going on? Thank you all for tuning in. Majority of us are just watching Zach on his live feed. First of all, I just want to say that I like the guy. He really takes his time and explains it and tries to put it in terms that we can understand. And I've communicated with him a bunch, but hello, Teresa. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Sharon, Susan. I communicate with a bunch all the time. Today was a little more. And he really cares. Hello, Tony. Hello, Rich. Really cares about his job and what he's doing. And like he said, he goes, we're not going to get it all right. And he goes, but I'd rather be wrong 1,000 times. And something doesn't happen. And the dude's just a good dude. Anyway, Morgan County's right on the edge of the higher threat, as from what I could tell. And it looked like around 11 o'clock. But like Zach was saying, that doesn't mean you're not going to get anything before 11 or 11 on the dot. Things could change. He's got another update at 2 a.m. If I'm awake, I'll copy and paste it to the site. Then he's going to be back up at 6, looking at the next run. So, what does that say? The entire state is under a tornado threat tomorrow. The northern half, if you diagonal cut across Indianapolis, to include part of Morgan County, is under a more severe threat of tornadoes and baseball-size hell. And you heard that right. Baseball-size hell. So you may get baseball-size hail just north of 70, let's say like Plainfield, Avon area. You could get hail down here in Martinsville just a little bit smaller. So don't think just because we're right on that line, it could get nasty down here too. Hello, Heather. Hello, Colton. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Julie. What's up, Jack, Dana, Jeff? So it's going to be a mess tomorrow. No matter where you're at in the state, there's going to be a tornado threat. I'll probably go to work early and get there. There's some big machines I could hide behind if I had to. My little inspection booth that I hang in, it probably wouldn't withstand anything, but there's a lot of $1 million machines there I could hide behind. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Jeannie. So tomorrow's going to be a very eventful day across the entire state. Diagonally, it's coming across. It should hit the northern edge first. It could be as early as 8 o'clock, and diagonal across the state, marching along. And just like last week, those isolated storms that pop up in front of the front, from what Zach was saying, those are the ones you got to watch out for. Those are the ones that are going to create tornadoes, EF2s, EF3s, and they're going to be long-lived as long as they stay away from the front of the line that you see. I'm hoping a big straight line of storms come, and that's it. We're going to have some heavy wind, some hail, maybe an isolated EF0 or smaller, and that's it. If you start getting these pop-up individual thunderstorms across the state, that's where the trouble's going to come in. And I'm just going off what he's telling me. So keep your eyes. I don't know what to tell you. Just like he said, school situation and things like that. Keep your eyes open. Watch the radar. Anything that he posts on his site, as quick as one of us can, we will share that on the community page. So follow his page, Indiana Storm Hunters. Not very often I push somebody to a different channel, but the weather's important, especially this time of year. Follow his page, Indiana Storm Hunters. Zach's a good dude. Thank you, Tierney. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Clint. Hello, Bill. Zach's a really good dude. I just like the way he delivers it. I like the way that he talks to us. He explains it. and that says a lot. The guy really goes, sent me messages on and off today about things, and he didn't have to do that. Gave us a call out on the site. So any way we can help that guy and his business there with his buddies. They have storm chasers. They have one up in Evansville, or excuse me, up in South Bend, one about the north central part of the state, one over by Terre Haute, and normally they have one down at Evansville, but I think they brought them up further toward the central part of the state. Hello, Tracy, and hello, Brittany. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Ed. Hello, Carrie. How you doing, Brittany? So, eventful day tomorrow, no matter where you are in the state. About the northern half, including part of Morgan County, is in the higher risk tornado-wise percentage, and is yeah, exactly, Logan. That is exactly right, and that's what Zach and I were talking about Sunday afternoon. The northern half is also in the baseball-sized hail situation. Logan just made a good point. The pop-up storm is what the one was that started in eastern Illinois, went into Sullivan, worked its way up to here, and that was a pop-up storm that wasn't associated with the big line of storms associated with the front, and that's what we don't want. Hello, Shoni. Wayne, you're welcome. I was trying to get Zach on, but I think he's going to do a couple different things. I think they got another meeting with his weather watchers, and if he could, he would. I would zoom him in a heartbeat. If I kill this and I start to go to bed and he texts me, says, "Hey, I can go if you want to go," I'll get back on here and we'll zoom in and talk to him. He could talk about this stuff 24 hours a day. I'm tired. I cannot. So, praying for everybody in this state, man. It's springtime in Indiana. Hello, Caden. Hello, Kaylee. What's up, Jacob? Hello, Jonah. Hello, Amy. Hello, Hunter. Praying for everybody in the state. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, that's a sponsor of the show, paying 500 stars. Valley Real Estate. Thank you, Teresa. I didn't mention sponsors when I got on here. Thank you so much, Teresa. Praying for everybody in the state. Nobody wants a repeat of what went on last week, not only in Sullivan, but McCormick's Creek, here in Martinsville and Whiteland, and all points in between. Hello, Amanda. It is heartbreaking, and hopefully, like Zach said, hopefully we'll wake up and it'll be an Indiana weather day where the wind will blow it all through and we'll get a few storms and a few pea-sized hails, and that's it. Fingers crossed. But as he said, you know, odds aren't looking that way. So stay safe. Have a plan. Hello, Tori. Hello, Chrissy. Have a plan. Charge your phones. Get your flat. It's going to be during the day, so it's not going to be like it's dark out. But have a plan. If you need to go, if you're in a place that does not have a basement or a place you feel safe, have a plan to go somewhere. Exactly. Everyone stay safe. You're welcome, Tracy. Thank you. People like you allow me to do this. Hello, man, and thank you. So have a plan. Shoni, that's exactly. Nicole, don't be stressed. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, Winnie. Hello. Just Nicole sent me a diagram of her place today and was safe place, and I said, you know, find a place to go, find a friend, because she's her options aren't very good. And I know there's several people. She wasn't the only one that sent me diagrams, and I said, first of all, I'm not an expert. I know a guy that's an expert, but I'm going off what he tells me, and yes, exactly. Keep your keys and I don't have my meds close. Just be prepared. You never know. On these pop-up storms, it could pop up in Terre Haute, and you could have a tornado here in no time. They're going to be moving 60 to 65 miles an hour again. It's very similar to the setup we had Friday night, except this is going to be happening during the day, which is a good thing. Majority of us are at work. At home, you get relaxed. You get to doing something. You forget. You don't watch the radar. You don't pay attention to your phone. Next thing you know, you hear the sirens going off, and you're like, oh, shit. Here comes a tornado. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Heidi. Hello, Nick. At work, you got freaks like me all over the place listening to the radio, watching the phone, saying, hey, tornado's coming. So, be safe tomorrow. That's all you can do. Stay prepared, stay focused. Just keep an eye on the... I'm not saying you got to sit there and watch the radar all day long. You got guys like Zach. Follow him.
Yeah, that's what we were. Most of us were doing that. Rhonda, Zach's a good dude. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Jody. Hello, Levi.
Just be prepared. Keep an eye on the radar. Keep an eye on updates. Any other storm hunters, go there. Zach's going to be updating it throughout the day. What he posts, we're going to copy and paste and put it right on the page, right off the bat, or as quick as we see it. So that's about all I got. The hail situation concerns me as much, if not more, than the tornado situation. Baseball size hail or thereabouts is dangerous. You don't want to be driving in that. Don't want to be driving a tornado either, but hail can be more widespread. You can have hail and not even have a tornado. Hello, Lindsay. Hello, Timothy. Hello, Whitney. Hello, Thomas. Heather, how are you? JP. Lots of folks still on. So yes, Morgan County is right on it is in the severe threat. It's not on that, I forget what he's calling it now, but it's like a greater percentage. We're right on the edge of that. There's a part on northern Morgan County in it. So your cities like Mooresville, Plainfield, Avon, Brownsburg, Indy, and all points north are in that extremely severe area. Martinsville is just on the edge of the severe area. But the entire state is in a tornado risk of 5%. Last Friday, we were in the 5% range when we got hit. So don't sleep on it thinking, oh, we'll be fine. Yeah, the enhanced. Timmy, thank you. Can you give the timeline again, please? Sharon, it looked like, thank you, Nicole. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Love Martinsville. Proud of everyone. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Nicole. Will it be hitting a new white? And also, I missed in a storm. Do you think it'll start? Thank you for calling Friday. To me, the model that he showed, it was going to hit around this area, to include New Whiteland, around 11. You can go back and watch his show. He has 3 or 4 different timelines, 3 or 4 different radar models that show it coming forward. As I said earlier, it hits like the northern edge of the state around 7 or 8, and it's diagonal across the state, and as it moves in, sometime after 10:30, 11 o'clock, it looks like it gets closer to central Indiana. But like Zach said, that's just an idea. If one of these supercells pop up ahead of this front, isolated storms pop up and create a tornado, it could be at 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. You just don't know. And he said, you can't predict that. So he said, that's why the entire state's under kind of a tornado zone. The hottest zone is in the northern half of the state, from just below Indy all the way up north. So just be on your guard. But around here, it looked like the main line was going to be coming through. The storm should be around 11 o'clock. That's what I saw. Maybe someone saw different, but that's about what I saw on his video that he was showing. Hello, Tina. He didn't, just like tonight, he said, can't see a storm popping up tonight. But he goes, again, this situation it's very soupy out. The dew points are high. Things could go south real quick. You could get a pop-up storm. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Tina. Got to be on your guard. But he didn't say 11 a.m., Tim. It's going to be a daytime event. It'll be 11 a.m. to about 5 or 6 across the entire state, and it'll be over with. So this is going to be a daytime event, and that's what he said. Those storms starting in Illinois and in northern part of Indiana, exactly, Wes, 100%. They could be tornado producers in their areas at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, can you imagine that? Yeah, Duggar called off. Sullivan called off, of course. There's a few other schools that called off. Time frame wise, you don't want to send your kids 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, if you're especially in that severe tornado threat, sending your kids out there at that point in time when you've got severe storms in the area. So that's probably why they're doing it. It's hard to say. It's Indiana. You could wake up tomorrow, just like Zach said. What's up, Jeremy? The system blows through. We get a little bit of hail. We get a little bit of rain, and it's over with. I hope he's wrong. I hope he's wrong every time on his predictions, and we get nothing. And I told him that. We are supposed to be working on the new 46569 interchange tomorrow. Hopefully everyone stays safe. Thank you, Thomas. You too, sir. Thank you again, Nicole. All right. Elamina. Again, around 11 o'clock here, I saw someone from New Whiteland, probably around the same time zone. You're not really that far away from us, maybe 25 minutes. Keep an eye on the radar. Caitlin, yes. Keep an eye on the radar. His concern was the pop-up storms ahead of the main line of storms. Those are the ones that are going to produce the tornadoes, the stronger tornadoes, and cause the most damage. Baseball-size hail could happen almost anywhere from Indy north, but don't rule that out here. We were in the less than zone last week, and when the tornado came through, so just be careful. Don't get caught out driving when a storm's coming through with baseball-size hail. It's gonna put an end to your day real quick. Be safe. If for some reason, you're welcome, Sherry. If for some reason Zach gets a hold of me and wants to go live, hello, Cindy. I'll pop back on here, I'll zoom him in, and see if he's got anything else to add. He explains a lot better than I do. Believe me, he's a professional. Love what the guy does. He saved lives in parts of Indiana last week, including us, I feel. So, I don't know, got a lot of respect for him. Anyway, love you guys. Be safe tomorrow. A lot of common sense. Watch radar, watch the sights, and let's get through it. Tomorrow night I'll get on here and say, hey, we made it through. Love you guys. See you soon.